Welcome, sweeties. Laura here. Today, I want to talk about one of Tarot's most misunderstood cards, Death. For years, just seeing this card made my heart race with dread. I used to think it meant disaster, an ending I wasn't ready for. But over time, I realized the Death card isn't about doom, it's about transformation. It showed up for me when I was stuck, clinging to old habits and relationships out of fear. Instead of a threat, it became a gentle nudge, telling me it was time to let go. That's when I started seeing death as a friend, not a judge. It's not about physical endings, but about releasing what no longer serves us. The Death card is an invitation to transformation, and I learned to accept it. Let's be honest, the name Death is intimidating. It's a conversation stopper, a headline grabber, and a concept that most of us would rather avoid altogether. When it appears in a tarot reading, it's understandable that a wave of apprehension might wash over you. It's a word loaded with fear and finality, conjuring images of loss, grief, and the unknown that lies beyond. We associate it with the ultimate ending, the cessation of everything we know and hold dear. And with all of that in mind, it's natural to react with anxiety when this card makes an appearance. The shadows seem to deepen, and the air thickens with a sense of foreboding. When I first started reading tarot, many years ago now, I remember feeling a similar sense of unease. The imagery, often depicting a skeletal figure or a scene of destruction, did little to alleviate my concerns. The Death card felt like a grim warning, a harbinger of unavoidable misfortune lurking just around the corner. I would dread seeing it appear in my own readings or in those of others. Guidebooks didn't help much either, often describing it with words like endings and loss. These interpretations only reinforced the negative associations I already had, so understandably most people tense up when they see it in a reading, their shoulders rising and their breath becoming shallow. They're expecting the worst, bracing themselves for some kind of devastating blow. They think that the card is telling them that something terrible is about to happen. But here's the truth, the liberating, empowering truth that I eventually came to understand. The Death card rarely, if ever, means physical death. It's not a prediction of mortality. Instead, it's a symbol for life's cycles, the natural rhythm of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth that governs all things. It represents endings that make way for new beginnings, the clearing of space for something fresh and vital to emerge. It's about transformation, shedding the old to embrace the new. Our real challenge, therefore, is surrendering to change, to letting go of what no longer serves us. And that can be a difficult thing to do, even when it's scary. Change often brings uncertainty, and uncertainty can be deeply unsettling. We cling to routines and identities, to familiar patterns and comfortable roles. We do this even if they make us unhappy, even if they're holding us back from our full potential. We stay in jobs we hate, relationships that drain us, and thought patterns that limit us. The Death card arrives to gently dismantle what's already over, to nudge us towards the exits we've been too afraid to seek out ourselves. It's not a punishment, a cruel twist of fate designed to inflict pain, but a necessary ending before something new, something better, something more aligned with our true selves can grow. My job as a reader, and what I strive to do, is to create a safe space for you to explore these themes. I want to help you see the beauty beneath the fear, to recognize the potential for growth and renewal that lies within every ending. The card asks us to trust the process of change, to have faith that even in the darkest of times, there is light on the horizon. Every ending is the start of something new, a chance to rewrite your story and create a future that is brighter and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. Let's delve into the rich symbolism embedded within the Death card. This card, often misunderstood, is not about physical death, but rather profound transformation and the inevitable cycle of endings and beginnings. It invites us to look beyond the surface and understand the deeper meaning it holds. The skeleton rider, a central figure in this card, isn't an evil omen or a harbinger of doom. Instead, it represents something far more fundamental. It's what remains when all else falls away. Our core self, stripped bare of ego and pretense. It's the essence of who we are, untouched by external influences and societal expectations. This is the part of us that endures through every change and challenge. The armor the skeleton wears is not for battle, but a symbol that change is unstoppable and protected. It signifies the resilience and strength inherent in the process of transformation. It's a reminder that even in the face of significant upheaval, we are equipped to navigate the journey. The white horse, often depicted as pale, represents pure, powerful energy. It's the driving force behind change, the raw potential that fuels new beginnings. It symbolizes change moving forward, steady and inevitable. This forward momentum suggests that transformation is a natural part of life, a constant current that carries us from one phase to the next. The transformation death brings is often gradual, not sudden, a slow and deliberate process of shedding the old to make way for the new. It's a gentle unfolding, rather than a violent disruption. The card's number, 13, is often seen as unlucky, carrying negative connotations in many cultures. But in many traditions, it means transformation and rebirth, a powerful symbol of renewal and the cyclical nature of existence. It represents the potential for growth and positive change that arises from endings. The rider and horse aren't destroyers, wreaking havoc and destruction. Instead, they clear away the old to make room for new growth, like a gardener pruning a plant to encourage healthier blooms. They are agents of necessary change, preparing the ground for future prosperity. Change touches everyone, regardless of status, background, or belief. And the card's impartiality reminds us it's universal, an inherent part of the human experience. It affects us all equally, offering opportunities for growth and evolution. The white horse's steady pace shows this is a natural, purifying process, a necessary step in our journey towards self-discovery and fulfillment. Death is not a punishment, a vengeful act inflicted upon us, but a liberation from stagnation, a release from the constraints that hold us back from reaching our full potential. It's the force that keeps life moving and evolving, preventing us from becoming complacent and encouraging us to embrace new experiences. Even after endings, life continues in a new form, transformed and renewed, ready to embark on a new chapter. The card promises that movement and renewal always follow, that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a brighter future. Embracing this card means embracing the flow of life itself, accepting the inevitable changes, and trusting in the process of transformation. It's about surrendering to the natural rhythm of endings and beginnings, and finding peace in the knowledge that everything is constantly evolving. Now, let's explore the card's landscape. The river in the background represents the ongoing flow of life and emotion. Even in the presence of death, life moves forward. Between two towers, the sun rises, a symbol of hope and new beginnings. The towers are gateways, marking the passage from the old to the new. The rising sun transforms the card's meaning from finality to renewal. Every ending is linked to a new dawn. The landscape isn't desolate, it's a scene of transition and promise. When you feel lost in an ending, remember the sun is rising just beyond the towers. The river carries you forward, even if you can't see what's ahead. Trust that renewal is always on the horizon. Let's focus on the white rose on the death card. The rose, held by the rider, is a symbol of purity and new beginnings. It's a reminder that endings are not cruel. They're part of a natural, divine order. The rose promises that what comes next is born from innocence and truth. Even in loss, beauty and love remain. The contrast between the skeleton's armor and the delicate rose is the heart of the card's message. Change is powerful, but its purpose is to bring forth new life. The white rose is a secret message. Trust the process. What lies ahead is pure and full of potential. The death of the old fertilizes the new, and the rose is the first sign of that growth. When the death card appears upright in a reading, don't panic. It's often misunderstood, but it's rarely about physical death. Instead, think of it as a powerful symbol. It signals long overdue change, a necessary shedding of the old to make way for the new. This change might feel scary, but it's ultimately for your highest good. It's the card you want when you feel stuck or trapped in a situation that's no longer serving you. It's a cosmic nudge, urging you to break free from limiting patterns. It confirms that a stagnant phase is ending, a period of inertia and lack of progress is finally coming to a close. This ending is making way for transformation, a profound shift in your perspective and circumstances. Think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. This could mean leaving a job that's draining your energy and passion, a career path that no longer aligns with your values, or ending a relationship that's become toxic or outdated, or releasing an outdated belief that's holding you back from your full potential. It's about clearing the clutter in your life, both physical and emotional. The card asks you to let go with courage and grace, to face the ending with acceptance and trust that something better is on the horizon. It's a green light to move on, to step forward into the unknown with confidence and optimism. It's time to release what no longer serves you, to detach from the things that are weighing you down and preventing you from growing. The upright death card is about liberation, a release from the constraints that have been holding you captive. It's freedom from burdens you may not even realize you're carrying, the invisible weights that have been slowing you down. Surrendering to this change brings relief and peace, a sense of lightness and freedom that comes from letting go. The real message is renewal, a fresh start and a chance to rebuild your life on a stronger foundation. These endings clear space for new opportunities, paving the way for exciting possibilities and unexpected blessings. Trust that the universe is guiding you toward growth, that even in the midst of change, you are being supported and directed towards your highest path. The death card is the end of one story, the closing of a chapter that has run its course. But it's also the blank page of the next, a chance to write a new narrative filled with purpose and joy. Embrace it as a promise of a brighter beginning, a future filled with hope, growth, and endless possibilities. When death appears reversed, it's about resisting change. You may be clinging to something that's run its course, held back by fear. This resistance causes stagnation and pain. The universe is nudging you to let go, but you're pulling back. Sometimes, the reversed card means you're overwhelmed by rapid change, lost between what was and what will be. It's a call for compassion. Be gentle with yourself during this transition. The lesson is surrender. Examine what you're afraid to lose. Often our fears are worse than the reality of change. Loosen your grip and let the river of life carry you forward. True freedom comes from letting go. And so we reach the end of our journey with the death card. I hope we've softened its edges and revealed its beauty. Death is not doom, but a guide through life's essential transitions. It teaches us that endings are natural and necessary for growth. The tarot is a mirror, and the death card unlocks profound transformation. Next time you see it, greet it with curiosity, not fear. Thank you for joining me. May your path be filled with light and courage for every new beginning. This has been at Laura the Tarot Reader. Subscribe and join our community for more insights.